Hello everybody, this is City Scrapper. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today I am back with a layout that I made for day number 2 of Christy's 30 days of sketches. And on the left you can see the sketch in stereo. You can see where I'm using it to plan my layout, and also there's an insert on the top of the screen. So in order to make this layout, you can see that I am spreading some gesso. The gesso kind of exploded on my hand, and I guess your ordinary person would have stopped and washed their hands, but I didn't want to waste any of my gesso. So I used as much of it as I could before I stopped to clean up a little bit. I wanted there to be some gesso behind where the photos are going to be. I really like this paper. This paper is from the Comfort and Joy collection by My Mind's Eye. And I didn't want to totally cover up the snowflakes that were on the background, but I did want there to be a little bit of fading of the pattern just right behind the photos. After I was done putting down some gesso, I put down some white splatters. I did kind of have a feeling that once I got the pictures down on the layout that I might have to go back in with some more gesso because I hadn't really planned exactly where the photos were going to be. At the bottom of the sketch, there are some torn papers, so I decided to choose a red plaid and a black dot. And I tore both of them and layered them on top of each other and put them at the bottom. And I'm sorry that's a little bit off the screen right now. I forgot to mention that this sketch was made by Jen Schow for the Hit Kit Club. Here you can see my photos. I have 4 photos, and I used photo frames that were included in the kit for them, and I had to cut some of the frames a little bit in order to fit my photos. I'm also using that die cut that says Merry and Bright, and that kind of takes the place of the 5th square that's on the sketch. So you can see here now I'm going back in with some gesso and fading out the spots that are behind the photos. The photos ended up going into different spots than I thought. So I'm just adding a little bit more gesso to the background here. Once I'm all done with that, I am going to go ahead and attach those down. And I do spend a little bit of time getting them in the right spot. I don't include all of that here, but I feel like this is the time to get them in the correct place and make sure that the layout is balanced. And then after that, I feel like the major work of the layout is done, and then I can just enjoy adding the embellishments and the details. I decided to pop up all of the photos and also that Merry and Bright die cut with some adhesive foam. I mentioned on yesterday's video that I have some goals for this series. I wanted to, number one, try to scrap some photos that have been hanging around for a while that for whatever reason I didn't get around to scrapping or just wasn't motivated to scrap as much as other photos. And that was my first goal. My second goal was to try to make the layouts quickly. And when I say quickly, I mean when I see something that I've done that I like, just committing to it, gluing it down, and moving on. I have a tendency of putting things down and then trying something different, even when I like what I've done. So I want to try to avoid that in these layouts, and I think the sketches really help with that. That large reindeer that's in the center, I thought that was just perfect to fit in that spot right there. That does mean that my title will have to be a little bit smaller. I put down these red letters that say Reindeer Games, and I do end up changing those because I just thought they were way too small for the layout, although I did like the color of them. In the meantime, I am attaching some ribbon to my layout and hanging, if you will, my photos from those ribbons. I chose some green ribbon and some red ribbon. And one of the things I wanted to be really careful about was that those ribbons were straight. I knew that if they looked crooked, that your eye would just go right to the crooked ribbons. So I used my T-square and I really tried to make those ribbons very straight. I used the ATG gun so that if I wasn't happy with where I put the ribbons down, that I could reposition them. And I'm sorry that I'm a little off camera there. I'm just trying to choose some Christmas colored ribbons that will work with my layout. I liked that heart that was in the die cut pack that says all hearts come home for Christmas. So I put that down at the bottom, and this is where I'm taking off those letters, and I just let them be for a while, and then I decided I did not like that color green. It really wasn't the right color green for the collection. Sometimes you just have to see it down the layout to know that it's just not quite right. So now I'm replacing that with a little bit thicker green ribbon. And you could see that it took me a little bit of time to get those to looking just right. Now that I have the ribbons attached, I decided that I didn't want to have the whole ribbon showing. I wanted to cut a strip of pattern paper and put that going down the middle. And I really like that. I was happy with that. I'm glad that a little bit of the ribbon shows on both sides. Now I'm back to working on the title again. These are thickers that I purchased in Tuesday Morning, probably a couple of years ago, and the thickers I'm putting on top of those, the black ones that say Reindeer, those were also from Tuesday Morning. I really miss all the Tuesday mornings that went out of business that were near me. So now I'm spelling out Reindeer Games right on top of the reindeer. The photos are from a Christmas Eve. One Christmas Eve, we went to my sister's house, and my niece had a bunch of these antlers, and the kids put them on for photos, and they took some really cute photos with them. So I thought that was a good title to go with their reindeer antlers. And you can see my husband joined in as well in his little elf sweater. So now I'm adding some poinsettias to the layout. Now that all of the major elements are attached, I'm going in with some Prima poinsettias. There's red ones, as you can see, and then there are white ones that have a print on them. So I'm adding those all around the page. You can see that I mainly put them where the frames attach to the papers they're hanging from. Once I had selected some of the Prima flowers, I went into an envelope that I had made when I was making a whole bunch of Christmas layouts, and I took out some of the pine branches that I had cut out in all different colors. When I was done making my Christmas layouts, I just took all of them and I put them into a zippered pouch, because I do like to reach for these a lot, and sometimes it's nice to have them already pre-cut instead of having to cut them for each layout. So I went through and I found some green ones, that deep red color that I think looks really nice with the plaid on the bottom. And then when I was going through that little zippered pouch, I found that there were some white pine branches left, and I decided that those would make a nice addition to the little clusters, just kind of brighten them up. For me, it does take some work to get the clusters looking just the way I want them to. So I do spend a bit of time now arranging all of the pine branches, clipping them, kind of going through all the different ones that I have already cut out and deciding how to arrange them in order to make each cluster look a little bit different and interesting. So like you can see the one on the top, I put the two flowers in the middle, and then below the Merry and Bright, I put the poinsettia off to the side and put the pine needles going off to the left. So just making each cluster look different, but because they are all made from the same embellishments, they still connect with each other. Once I have all of the poinsettia clusters the way I want them, I look through all the chipboard and I find all of the little snowflakes. You could see that there are some, I'm not sure, maybe they're snowflakes, maybe they're flowers. There's some of those mint green ones, and then there's also some that are definitely snowflakes. So I picked all those out and I scattered those around the page. I also then included these little acrylic snowflakes, just the white ones, and just in a couple of spots. And as a final touch, I'm adding some self-adhesive pearls. I add them to those chipboard embellishments that are on the background. Plus, I also add the self-adhesive pearls right to the background. Not too many of them, just a couple of them sprinkled around some of the frames and the clusters. And I do try to use different sizes even though it's such a little detail, I feel like having different sizes just adds a little bit of interest to the background. And I finished off the layout by gluing everything down with some Elmer's gel glue. And that's my layout, everybody. Please check out all the other amazing scrapbookers that are following along with this challenge. And I hope that you'll give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. And thank you so much to my current subscribers. I hope that everybody has a fantastic day. And I will see you all again tomorrow for day 3. Take care, everybody. Have a great day. Bye-bye.